Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. So I've been missing for a couple of days, just for a week, but I am back. I'll tell you why I was missing for a few days, but thank you so much for liking and subscribing to my channel. I am so excited that you guys are here. But like in the title, I want to talk about mental health. Now, I know it's Fun Friday and we're doing the fitness thing, and I'm gonna catch you up on how all the macro stuff is going between Shannon and I, and my ice cream challenge, which I'm 13 days in. I haven't eaten ice cream yet today. And yesterday I had a donut and ice cream, but I haven't eaten ice cream yet today. I'm gonna let you know and fill you in on how all of that is going. And honestly, this kind of ties in with it, mental health. If you follow me on Instagram, like I said, I really don't think I would have been able to be in the right mind frame of getting more comfortable and losing fat for me if I hadn't had therapy. I've been going to therapy since last April. So over a year, almost a year and a half, I've been in therapy, and honestly, it's the best thing ever. I'm very vocal about therapy because I know I belong to the two communities that it happens to be taboo in, which is the Black community. Sometimes it can be very taboo, and in the Christian community. I am a believer. My husband and I are both ordained pastors, and so it can be very taboo, especially in the Christian community, because it makes it seem like, or people like to portray that you're not relying on God if you seek a therapist or a counselor. But I want to smash all that. I want to get rid of all that. I want us to completely rid ourselves of those stereotypes that if we rely or if we go to a therapist that we can't, or we're not seeking God or any of those things. So that's just a piece of it. But anyway, so I've been missing for a couple days. We just found out that my mom has cancer. She has stomach cancer. We just found that out. I don't have the best relationship with my mom, but I am working on that in therapy. But I don't have the best relationship with her, but even still, it's still someone who, it's the woman who gave birth to me. It's my mom. And so it still was a shocking discovery, even for me, who her and I really don't have the best relationship. It was still a shocking discovery, and honestly, I needed to take a couple days just to take it all in and really figure out some things for me personally. And with that, seeing my therapist, because I truly believe, for me anyway, my therapist really helps me walk through a lot of things and really helps me think of things, thinking skills, things like that. So like I said, I have been in therapy for almost a year and a half. A lot of my therapy circles around a lot. If you know anything about me, I'll give you a little run through, and maybe one day I'll do a story time and really dig deeper. So my mom, we always had a rough relationship, and then my dad got sick when I was 15. And so my dad had a open heart surgery. I have a twin sister. So when my twin sister and I were 15, he had open heart surgery, and then he had a massive stroke. And my dad's been in a nursing home for 16 years now. So that happened when I was 15. I'm almost 32. This year in June was 16 years that my dad has been in a nursing home. So my dad has been in a nursing home. I've known my dad in a hospital bed longer than I have not in a hospital bed, which honestly is just, it blows my mind that he's lived long enough. But because honestly, I remember when my dad had the stroke, and the doctors were telling us that they didn't know if he was going to make it through the weekend because it was just that bad of a stroke. He doesn't walk, he doesn't feed himself. He just lays in a bed on a feeding tube, so he can't eat. He has a trach in his throat, so it's to help him clear his throat. So that's where my dad is now. He's in a nursing home, and he has been for the last 16 years. And me, so all that, and then when I was 17, I had an abortion. And I know you just heard me say pastor in the first part of the video, but when I was 17, I did have an abortion. And there's one day I'm going to do a video just focusing on that, just kind of my experience, obviously being on that side of the fence and being a believer now, and kind of how just shaped me, period, and kind of give you guys a firsthand experience of someone who has had to walk in those shoes, because I just think a lot of people, especially Christians, don't know anybody because we say things, we don't realize how insensitive those words are, and then we don't want to do anything to back it up. We just want to say, we don't want you to do this, but then we don't want to do anything to back it up. We don't want to give to crisis pregnancy centers. We don't want to do, but that, I'll leave that for another day, okay? Anyway, and then my husband and I, 2.5 years ago, we moved to Jacksonville, Florida. We lived in Orlando. We're from Central Florida originally, and we moved to Jacksonville, not knowing anybody, to plant a church. We decided that we were gonna move and plant a church. And honestly, I gained a lot of my weight from church planting, all of it, okay? And so with my first kid, I gained 15 pounds. With my son, I actually lost 3 pounds. So the week before I had him at 37 weeks, and my 36 week appointment, I was 3 pounds less than when I had stepped on the scale when I found out I was first pregnant. So, my weight gain ain't come from the kids, you know what I'm saying? I gained weight from church planting. I was stressed out. And if you've ever met a church planter or have ever church planted anything in your life, it's stressful, okay? I'm here to tell you that it is stressful. I don't know who needs to hear this. Rewarding, but stressful, okay? Especially moving to a city that you don't know anybody. And honestly, I just relied on food. That was my escape, where I could literally sit down on a couch and eat Swedish fish or chips, or I would just binge eat. Like, some people can eat a slice of pizza and be done. Eat 2 slices and be done. It's like I could not stop. I just ate and ate and ate and ate and ate. And a part of me deep down inside kind of knew that that wasn't just me being stressed out. It was also some of the things that were happening and had happened mentally were kind of coming out in that time. And that's where I got my release from, you know? So some people, you know, in tragedies and things like that, they turn to alcohol or any type of substance abuse. Mine was food. That's where I turned to. I knew, for me, you know, I had been an athlete. There was a time in my life where I had already lost 70 pounds when I was in my early 20s. So I was an athlete. I hurt myself. I gained weight. And then I lost 70 pounds in my early 20s. And then I gained that weight back after my kids. And now I'm here again, losing it again, but healthier, in a healthier way, and being able to eat the foods that I like and stuff like that. But I really feel like before I even started on my weight loss journey or fat loss journey, whatever you want to call it, before I even started up on that, I didn't even realize that the two really coincided with each other until really recently, where I was like, I don't know if I would have been able to handle mentally doing this had I not had therapy first. I'm here to tell you, if you've never heard it before, it's not taboo. It's perfectly okay. I like to use this analogy. If you decide one day that you want to build something, let's say a house, you and your family are buying a home, you're looking for a home, and oh, look, a builder pops up and you want to use that builder to build the house. Are you going to ask the builder, hey, I like that house. Can I just see the inside? Because I'm going to build it myself. No, because you're not qualified to do that. And God gives people tools and desires to be able to do the things that they care about and love. So you're not going to go and build your house. How do you know your house is going to be up to code? You didn't have any training in that. You don't know how to put windows in. You don't know how to, make sure your plumbing's right. You don't know how to make sure that if you have gas in your house, that there's not gas leaks and your house isn't going to catch on fire, or you're going to have plumbing issues throughout your house, or if the walls are even going to stay up. You don't know any of those things. Why? Because you're not skilled. You didn't learn about that. But for some reason, we treat therapists differently. We just say that something is wrong with you. You're crazy if you go to a therapist. You need help. But we don't think of it in terms as these people were placed here. They have schooling to help me and to help me navigate things in my life, feelings, thoughts, decisions, and really help me put words behind how I feel. There was a lot I couldn't explain about how I felt about a lot that had happened in my life. And my therapist really helped me put those words, kind of give those feelings meaning and give them thoughts, and really helped me know I wasn't crazy, that there was nothing wrong with me. This is how I just responded to things like that were traumatizing. That's how I responded to things in my life. And that I was perfectly okay, that I wasn't this crazy person who decided that I needed, whatever, and there's nothing wrong with that, but it just, we all have some things that we've had happen to us and in our life, and a lot of times, therapy can help. It can help greatly, and I know for me, it helped me in more than one area. It helped me really understand my feelings. It helped me be a better mom, be a better wife to my husband. Believe it or not, the one thing that I could say was going right or well in my life was my marriage. Not sitting here trying to brag, but like, my marriage is amazing. My husband and I have been married for a little over 6 years, almost 6.5 years, and it's literally been the best 6 years of my life. He is my absolute best friend. I literally can talk to him about anything and everything. If I need to vent, sometimes he's a little too like, let me play devil's advocate, which is fine. That's just how he thinks. I know that, but I understand that I needed him. But he is the best thing that has ever happened to me in my life. But I knew that was going well, but it just seemed like everything else in my life, I just needed help to gain a little bit more understanding in. And so all that to say is that I feel like, me personally, in order for me to get in the mind frame to drop weight, to lose weight, to be back where I felt comfortable for me, where I could do the things that I'm doing now, training for a marathon, cutting weight. And then, guys, I'm going to be trying to gain weight back. I know that sounds crazy, but I'm dropping weight now. I'm going to continue to drop a few more pounds. And then I want to gain weight. I want to lift and get more muscles. Honestly, I want to lift heavy and put on more weight. And so, but I don't think I would have mentally been able to be in that frame of mind had I not sought therapy first. It really helped me a great deal just to sit down and speak with someone and really figure it out. And like I said, it wasn't until recently that I honestly sat back and said, I don't know if I would have been able to be in the frame of mind to lose weight if I hadn't sought therapy. And so that's kind of where that is. So let me give you a couple updates. So I have eaten either a donut or ice cream for I haven't had it today. Today's August 14th, so for 13 days. Yesterday I had a donut and ice cream, so I was feeling a little overachieverish, if you know what I mean. So I had that for 13 days, and I am here to tell you that I have dropped 2.2 pounds this month already. So I'm at about a pound a week, which is perfect for me. I'm sitting at about 151 right now. I weighed in this morning at 151.7. So I'm going to show you a screenshot. This screenshot is, sometimes you have those scales that, weigh and then it goes to the thing. And so that's what this is. But I weigh myself every day to kind of show you a trending average. And so you'll see in the screenshot that there are some days where I weigh heavier, some days where I weigh lower. There's days where it looks like I've gained 2 or 3 pounds. There's days where I've lost weight. And so I just gained weight, but it's not fat, so I gained water weight. So, there's so many things that go into play when you're weighing yourself. So, or when you're just living your life. Did I eat more carbs the day before? I can gain 4 or 5 pounds if I ate more carbs the day before. I can gain 4 or 5 pounds if I drank more water that day. If I have a leg day, or where I'm lifting really heavy, I can easily be up 5 pounds. If I'm on my woman thing, I can be up 5 pounds, just bloat. If I have long runs, like if I have a 7 or 8 mile run, I'm going up in weight. And so I've understood as I've weighed myself throughout these months, where I started weighing myself when I was 214 pounds, and now I'm 151, is that your weight fluctuates. It fluctuates all the time. And a scale is doing nothing but providing data. It's not providing self-worth. It doesn't provide any comfort. It's just providing data. You are not a number, just like I am not a number. I'm just doing this to show you guys that it is possible to still have the food you like and to still be in a calorie deficit. And so I'm enjoying this ice cream and these donuts. And when I gain weight, I can have more ice cream and donuts. I'm going to obviously do it in moderation, but this is the whole thing, is to show you that you can do these things in moderation. You don't need to take any drastic measures if your goal, some people's goal is not to lose weight, and that's okay. But if your goal is to lose weight, you shouldn't feel guilty about it. And that's okay. It's okay to say, you know what, I want to make a change for me. I don't make these YouTube videos. I don't upload my stories on Instagram or Facebook or anything like that. I don't talk about race stuff to change anybody. That's not why I do it. I'm just providing information. And I'm just telling you from personal experience that I know me, in my mind, can tell you that I've looked at that scale before and been terrified of it. I'm being honest. I've been literally terrified of the scale. But it changed my mindset when I would weigh myself every day. And this may not be you yet, and that's okay. And that's not the only way to measure yourself. Maybe you have a pair of jeans that you've had sitting in your closet and you just want to try to fit them. You just, try them on, once every couple weeks. You can always have plenty of non-scale victories. Say, like I said earlier with pizza, maybe your non-scale victory, that was a non-scale victory for me, is eating, instead of eating 4 or 5 slices of pizza, just eating 1 or 2. Those may be a non-scale victory for you. And that's great. You should have things that are non-scale victories. Maybe you had broccoli or maybe you had asparagus. Maybe you had 2 meals that had vegetables in them and you normally don't. That's a non-scale victory, and you should be aiming for those too. So I hope that you guys have a great rest of your week. And thank you so much again for liking and subscribing onto my YouTube channel. I will see you guys on Tuesday. I promise this time. I'll see you on Tuesday. Bye, guys. Have a good one. Bye.